How's it going? So, here we are again. Now, there's an interesting question that I asked you in the last video, and I wondered if you knew what the answer was. Some of you might, some of you might not. Okay, so the question was, what's the coldest to swim in? Is it sea? Is it a river? Is it a lake? Is it a quarry? Now, some of you might have this, some of you might not. But actually, the coldest water, in my experience, is a quarry. The second one to a quarry is a river. The third one after the river comes the lake. And then the last but not least, surprisingly, is the sea. The sea is far warmer. But of course, that's depending on whereabouts in the sea you are, because if you're right in the middle of the sea, that's different. But if you're going into the sea from the beach, you might find that actually it's not as cold as all the other three. What I get asked the most, a lot of the time, is, oh, how can you do that? How can you get in? I just can't do it. I can't do it. Well, if you keep telling you, do you know how this goes? If you keep telling yourself you can't do it, you won't do it, okay? What I normally say to people when we're discussing about getting into cold water swimming, getting into a lake, and not even just swimming, but just getting in, is this. Take the walk. Take the walk. If you're driving to a place, drive to the place, take the walk. Take your stuff with you, all right? If you don't get in, it is no big deal. It doesn't matter. Don't put this pressure on yourself when you've got enough pressures outside of this. Don't turn this into an extra pressure. This is the place that takes the pressure away, right? We've got enough of that going on in that world that you leave to come to a place like this. A place like this isn't about pressure.
I wanted to give you this experience. See how the water reflects the trees, especially when we get into a stiller. I've created quite a lot of ripple from jumping in. But how quiet it is. That's what you call a panoramic view.
So the shock of the cold water. This is why, depending on your age, I think, if you're in your 20s, you don't even need to think about whether you're going to jump in or not. If you know, whatever way you're going to get in is fine. That's my belief. It's not an issue. You can do it. You're young, you're strong, you go for it. And of course, unless you've got health problems that, you know, don't permit you to do these things, which of course you're going to heed to, and then obviously you're going to know whether it's right for you or not. However, if you're of a certain age, like I am, you know, if you're 30 plus, maybe in your 40s, 50s, and so on, jumping in isn't the wisest option. However, after a period of time, as I say, you know, I used to come here with a bag with my towel and my trunks and my clothes and a jumper and a coat and a hat and a flask. I still bring the flask because I want to drink. But sometimes I'd suddenly forget my towel. Oh no, I forgot my towel. Oh, I can't get in the water. And so what I used to do is I used to hang a tea towel in the tree over here. I used to hang it up there and leave it there. So I thought, if I ever forget my towel, I've got this tea towel. Okay, so if it's raining and everything, it isn't a great help. But more often than not, it would be dry, okay? So I'd have the tea towel there. So if I forgot my towel, I wouldn't have an excuse. And so I then started not bringing my towel and just thought, I don't need to bring my towel, I've got the tea towel. So I kept doing that. And then one day I came along and I was in a good mood and I was ready for it. I was going to have a really good swim. I was really looking forward to it. Got here and my tea towel had gone. Right? And I was like, oh, right, what am I going to do? Well, I've got my hoodie, which I've got here today. I've got my hoodie. I'll just use that. I'll dry myself with that. Then it started to dawn upon me. Hold on a minute. What do I need to bring with me? Of course, this is like a year and a half in to coming pretty much every day, right? So I'm not saying do these things straight away. This is like your advanced time when you start to really recognize and understand your physical self a lot more than you did before. So you know what you need and you know what you don't need. Like, I know I still need my cup of tea, right, or coffee or whatever it is that you drink. Something hot, preferably. But sometimes I forget that. Sometimes I don't need that. And then it became apparent to me that I don't actually need anything. I don't need to bring anything at all. I don't even need to bring a swimming costume because, yes, of course, I forgot that as well. So I'd come along and I'd get here and I go, oh, shit. Oh, I've built myself up to be here to have a swim, only to find that I haven't got my swimming costume. What am I going to do? So until next time, don't forget to subscribe and then skip to the next video.